Hello Starcraft fans, I am Ian Chiquino, and today I'm going to cast a game on Terminus Re, one of those new cool maps you've been seeing in GSL. And I've got to say myself, I enjoy it quite a bit. I've only played it once or twice, but I do enjoy this map and the layout and all that type of good stuff. So let me introduce our players. We've got HuiStorm is our light blue Protoss player on the right side of the map. And of course our red Zerg player is Sin, our Chinese player. Pretty sure he's Chinese. He's our Zerg player at the top, so we got a ZvP here on Terminus Re. And more than likely this is going to turn into a macro game just because of the base layout. So you can take a gander at it right here for all of you who haven't seen it. We have this little back area that has the vents covered up. That's pretty standard on some maps. And then we've got a little ramp here that leads down to a natural. And it has a little supply depot here blocking this. Now, the obsessive compulsive person inside me is just screaming that this thing needs to be killed the second I see it. But besides that, it does have a good purpose. It does stop people from doing like 3 pylon wall-ins and other stuff like that, just to make the game a little bit nicer, because everybody hates seeing like throwing down 3 pylons, putting a cannon up and swallowing your opponent. It's kind of lame. So that is kind of the answer to that problem early game. And then of course this natural and then floats down here, down the ramp into a third. But the difference is in this third does have less mineral patches and only 1 gas. So the third is not quite as awesome as your second, because your second does have a full mineral patch and 2 gases on top of it. And then of course this is the only entrance to your base right here. And this of course leads to the center of the map. But there you go, get a pretty good idea of the map layout so far. And even though I would say have close spawns, it is quite a bit of a walk distance for both players. So we got HuiStorm. Storm is actually his clan name. I might just call him Hui. Is going to go for 2 gas very quickly. Chrono boosting out some probes. And what does he got going on here? We've got a second gateway already coming up. And starting a Stalker. Pretty interesting build. Usually with the build he's going for here, it doesn't seem like he's going to do the standard, zealot sentry like 5 or 6 sentry build for an expansion. He's going to go for a Stalker. He's chrono boosting out the Stalker, and he really wants to kill that. Where's that drone? The drone out down here. He may be going for a Stargate or something. No, he's going to go for 3 gateway. So he's going to go for 3 gateway and push out and expand. So I can get that Stalker. Not really sure what he's going for here, killing those Zerglings out. That drone is still in his base around here. I guess he forgot about it maybe. But Sin's drone is in here and he's checking out stuff and he's making a sentry now. And of course we've got a sentry coming in over here. So I do think we're going to have Hui transition into an expansion here very soon. So let's check out what Sin is going for. Sin has already got 2 queens out and rolling. His expansion is just now finishing. He's transferred drones over there. Pretty good time, even with some gas. And this queen is on his way down there. He's got control of the Zelmaga Tower in the middle. You can see in the middle of the map there's 4 Zelmaga Towers. So those are very nice to have. Of course, whenever you play on this map, you can see the vision that Sin gets from that is pretty extreme. You can see everything coming in from this right spot. Nowhere to sneak around in here, at least ground-wise, to be able to run past your opponent if you've got that sensor tower. So HuiStorm is pushing up, and it looks like he's going to make this the front of his base here, maybe go for some type of wall off with some more gateways or forges or something like that. But we do have a warp gate just now finishing. All those warp gates now transferring over there, and we got a second base. Hui's natural is just about 50% done. And he's bringing the probe up here to the front, and we have Sin checkmating that with another hatchery. So Zerg player keeping ahead on those bases. Good job for him. He's throwing out 2 spine crawlers. At this point in the game, Sin is going to be droning extremely hard. You can see he's already making 4 drones all at once. He's probably going to be making quite a few more. Maybe around the 50 food mark. Just keep producing drones all the way up until that point. We can see the harvester count 40 already versus 29. So Sin has just been doing a really good job with that drone production so far. Putting some pylons up and just making a pretty big wall up, and then of course bringing in 1 sentry there, and the poor Zergling, oh no, humiliation. I mean, it's one thing to get killed if you're a scouting Zergling, but to get killed by just a probe who's holding some minerals and he's just like, hey, what's up? it's like that drone just shook his hand, or that probe shook his hand and killed the Zergling. It was just too strong, too much of a handshake for him. But Hui's, I don't know if he was going for some fake pressure there, or if he just wanted to clear out that Zelmaga Tower, but he took out that Cleared out that Zelnaga tower and is falling back. Looks like he's going to be up on 5. Yep, that's 5 gateways right now. We'll see if he's going to try and transition into anything pretty soon. He's got a forge going up, and we got roaches and a layer tech coming. 26 Zerglings out, and a robotic facility also being popped up somewhere by Hui. He hasn't started his third base yet. Guess he's going to start pro production. He's really not making any probes right now. He's got none. Okay, there he goes. He's back in making pro productions. I was about ready to say. We got to get that pro production up and going. And we've got Sin with quite a few Zerglings going to retake this map, retake map control with these Zerglings out the Zelnaga tower. These 2 top Zelnaga towers are probably the most important for his part. These 2 bottom ones aren't really that important. And he's going to push out. We're going to have attack right now. No! It looks like he's going to fall back. Sin is not wanting to deal with any of that. Maybe trying to bait some force fields out of his opponent there. But Hui's going to push up here again and clear out the Zelnaga tower. I don't see him continuing the push. Zerglings are going to try and get a run by. But unfortunately, that is quickly walling it off the Zealot right in the nick of time. Hui now, I think he's going to be forced to fight this. Force field's being thrown down. He doesn't really get much damage in otherwise. I don't think he took off anything besides shields for Hui there. So Sin trying to get a little sneaky there, get in there and do a run by. But unfortunately, Hui was on top of his game and managed to warp in his Zealot just in the nick of time. So let's check out what Sin is going for. He's getting some Ventral Sack upgrades. Ooh, okay, may have some drops. And we've got Glial Reconstitution, Ground Attack level 1 upgrade, and Ground Attack for melee attack ground for Sin. He's even making another macro hatchery in his base. And so that's going to put him up to 4 hatcheries. And we've got a hallucination of a phoenix flying through the map. And it's going to get picked off. Man, Sin has quite a few queens. What is this? 3 queens out and going. Not bad there. So he's got roaches out, Zerglings. I don't see any type of other tech we've got going on here. I think it's pretty much just roaches and Zerglings at this point. Yep, no other type of a Hydralisk or Spire tech yet. Looks like he's going to go for a really big Zergling roach army. And we've got Hui pushing out in the front. Looks like he's going to go for an attack. A lot of Zerglings out. Oh no, those things are going to try and get by. But I think he's going to easily be able to wall that off in time. Actually, there's nothing there. Okay, finally now he walls it off. Luckily he had something on cooldown. Those Zerglings are, of course, now just running back by. Maybe Sin is just buying time with this Zergling run by. Not quite sure if he was actually planning on getting through there, or if he just wanted to pull that Protoss player away from his base, just so Sin could produce more units. We saw we had 11 roaches being produced there, and some more force fields being thrown down there to catch a few Zerglings. And so Hui's got an interesting combination here. Immortals, Stalkers, Zealots, and Sentries. I saw he put up the 2nd robotics facility. Yeah, there we go. 2 robo actually at this point. Double robo all the way. Forge is not going, and he did get supply block there. Not too good. Don't get supply block there whenever you have like 7 production facilities and getting supply blocked. You can see that's not working out for him. And we even have a robotics bay going up and a 3rd base, so finally catching up that 3rd base. And oh no, here we go. Sin with the drop. Sin's gonna go in. Here's some roaches and Zerglings. He has a Baitling nest. I don't know if there's any Baitlings in there. We're gonna find out. It looks like this Nexus is going to fall. And Sin is just going to drop all over the roaches, and Zergling's going to take this out very quickly. He does have 1 attack upgrade for Zerglings, and he is just out of there. Sin dropping and is gone with that, but these 2 guys are being left behind. I don't know if they just didn't get the memo, but they're going to die. Looks like Sin is going to come over here and clear this back out, get that expansion up and going. And we have some more Overlords over here. Is he going to do another drop? Looks like we have another drop from Sin at the bottom here with some Zerglings and some Overlords. And more roaches are on the way too, and this drop is just hanging out here at the top. And Sin is going to play some serious drop style so far this game, I think. And we're going to have a lot of Zerglings. Whoa, and this main is completely undefended. Oh no, not good. And he's supply blocked. HuiStorm is supply blocked. He's going to be so bad. All these Zerglings are going to come here and just murder these probes. Oh no, this is not going to be good at all for Hui. And then overall, they're just flopping out, and Zerglings are just eating everything alive in here with that attack upgrade. Look at that, those probes just melting to these Zerglings. And you see all of Hui pulling all his forces down. Sin is going to try and snipe this expansion. And up here, it looks like he's bringing Queen along with him. And he's going to kill this pylon. This base expansion's done. And Sin is even, wow. So he just took out that Nexus with all those Zerglings. Great trade in the front, breaking through the front. Roaches, Zerglings pushing through the front here. And at the same time, at the top, we have Roaches and Zerglings pushing up the top with the Queen. Force fields being thrown down. And Hui is just being attacked relentlessly on every single point so far. His army has pretty much been left untouched, but production facility-wise, he lost 2 Nexi. And these 2 Roaches are going to die, unfortunately. But and Sin leaving his mark inside the base of Hui, bringing a Queen along to lay down a creep tumor at his base. That's quite annoying. But luckily, Hui does have an observer out, so he should be able to take out that creep tumor no problem. But man, taking out this main and taking out this expansion with just Zerglings and Roaches this late into the game is just pretty awesome. So this map is definitely macro oriented, but Sin is being just as aggressive as ever on a map of this size. It's pretty interesting. And this looks like we're going to have this creep be taken out. There's creep all over the place. Look at this big goo pile. And oh no, Sin's not paying attention. He already lost one Overlord full of units. Those were all Roaches. He just lost 4 Roaches. Oh no. So Sin now running back. He wasn't too busy paying attention. It looks like he's sitting out some more Overlords. He's got Overlords all over the place. Look at this. Look at the mini-map there. If you didn't know any better, you'd say Sin had map packs. Look at how crazy that. He's got vision of everything. He's building another base over here on the left. We've got, oh, Banelings with the roly-poly upgrade. And some Zerglings with now 2 attack upgrades. Very nice. And Sin pushing that creep tumor out. And Hui's just basically been on base defense this whole time and been failing at it. Nonetheless, he's lost 2 command centers. Actually, sorry, I think it was 3 Nexus because he was forced one to be canceled. So he's lost 3 Nexus this game. And Hui's waiting for this creep to recede before he can throw down that base. And it looks like Sin is running some more Zerglings down here to these Overlords to go for another drop. And we have 44 Zerglings being produced with that armor upgrade coming along. Hive Tech even coming, Spire being researched, and Fester, 2 of them on the way. And there are just so many units coming out of Sin's base. Look at the little harvester count, 70 to 41, ridiculous. Looks like we have a drop here. Sin doesn't have enough Overlords, but he's going to come in anyway. Is he paying attention? He's going to lose that over. No, he's not there attacking on the ground, but he's throwing on some force fields. It looks like this may be enough. These force fields may be enough. He does have Zealots up there, no problem, I think. With some very nice force field there. Wow, really good force fields. Those Zerglings actually didn't do too much damage. I think Hui only lost maybe 1 or 2 units, if that, in this fight at all. And those Zerglings completely got wrecked in that spot. So he's got the, oh no, here we go. Look, oh, we're going to have some Baneling bombs coming out of these Overlords in a few seconds, I think. He may go drop that on the mineral line. He may go drop that on those big ball of sentries and zealots that we've been seeing out of Hui. Hui doing a good job actually now splitting up his army. He's got the majority of it here at this top expansion, and then of course a little bit of it down here at the main. And of course the front is wide open, so he could go for another run by if he feels like. We can check the harvester count once again, 71-47. Sin way in the lead, and Sin looks like he's just going to bring the pain with these Zerglings. 2 attack upgrade, 1 armor upgrade, even Corruptors coming out at this point. Just now getting ground attack level 2 for the Protoss player, and adrenal glands being researched. So Sin going with a very heavy Zergling Roach play here at the beginning, opening, applying the pressure. And we get just bases all over the place. Looks like a base on the mini-map. There's so much red down here, but this is just, excuse me, Zerglings and Overlords at the bottom of the map. And on the left side of the map, we have this expansion pop it up. He's going straight for the gas first, as a good Zerg player does this late in the game. The gas is almost is important to get just because minerals is so easy to come by. And you just need so much gas. You can look at the levels here. He's got about 1,000 minerals and only about 150 gas. So Sin definitely needs to get that gas going. You can see him get those extractors up very quickly. He's probably going to have these mining 3 on there very soon. And some Overlords up here. And it looks like another Overlord just scouting around, just checking stuff out. But Hui got some photon cannons in the back. I don't know how much they're actually going to pay off here, but we have a lot of Colossi coming out. Wow. As soon as those 2 come out, that'll put him like at, let's see, what is he up to now? 6 Colossi, or Tall Boys as I prefer to call them. And it looks like, oh, we had a little drop down here. A couple more Zerglings being dropped in, but that actually didn't look like it accomplished too much. So, oh, but we have a second attack in the middle. Oh, no, look at all those Zerglings coming. Those things are getting roasted alive by all those Colossi in the back. Look at that. Oh, man, all those Zerglings, they didn't do much of anything except build a pylon. And, of course, litter Hui's base with a lot of dead Zergling corpses. Top another Baneling bomb at the top, taking out all the probes. And, wow. Oh, is he going to get the Nexus? Oh, no, yeah, he's got enough. And he takes out the Nexus with 1 left. And this whole thing at the front was basically just a diversion. All those Roaches at the front didn't do anything, but he managed to get the Nexus with all those Banelings. And we got some Infestors coming out through the middle. And Hui now with a really sizable force. Wow, look at 170. Wow, he's actually only he's actually head now in food count. And you can see the Harvester difference. His army is pretty sick at this point. Look at like 100 Zerglings being made. Fungal growth being thrown on those Protoss Bile Ball, or this Protoss Death Ball, I should say, just to slow him down so he can make more units. Sin flooding so many units in Zergling. Bombs, Corruptors in the front, Baneling bombs. Oh no, he's not dropping. There they go. They're dropping like crazy. Corruptors focus fire and killing those Corruptors. Not much left from the ground army now. And look, it's a pretty weakened Protoss army. Corruptors look like they are going to get finished and killed, but oh no, one Colossus, actually 2 Colossus still left alive. This one extremely low, 7 life. And where are those 100 Zerglings that were coming out? Banelings now being produced. These 2 Spine Crawlers only between him and killing a bunch of Zerglings at this point. And oh wow, some pretty decent force fields there, and there's some Zerglings to get around the back. The Banelings, oh no, getting all trapped behind that force field. That was amazing play right there. The Protoss player in the lead. Look at the army count. Whoa, this Protoss player may actually come back from this severe aggression from Sin pulling everything. Queens, drones, SCVs. Actually, not SCVs, he doesn't have any of those, but oh my gosh, producing 36 Zerglings. Is he going to be able to fight this off? He doesn't want to lose that hive. He doesn't want to lose high protect. That is for sure. Corruptors coming out. And oh my gosh, he just got at a perfect position here where there's really not a chance for the Zerg player to regroup all his forces and come up with a really strong attack. I mean, if this Protoss player can win this game, this is just going to be ridiculous. He's coming down here, he's going to take out this base. Sin has one more base down here at the bottom. He still has his main beta that's completely mined out. He's got one Baneling to speak of in his back at his base. Corruptors coming out. There's still quite a few Stalkers out. They do have a 2 attack with 1 armor upgrade. And oh my gosh, Sin looks like he's actually going to lose this. He did throw quite a few units away here in the front whenever that attack was coming. And there we have the GG. So Hui beating back the storm that is known as Sin for the majority of this game, losing Nexus after Nexus. Managed to win this game just through sheer determination, it looked like. He was so far behind in probe count that I didn't even think that was possible. And that is pretty insane at this point. So, wow, that was a crazy game. And this is a best of 3, so we've got some more games coming up for you. So, check out the next game in this best of 3. Not sure what map it is, but I'm pretty sure if there was any indication of this current game, this next game is going to be equally as insane. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm going to head on to game number 2.